Yeah, that was one of my first questions for you is how did you find your purpose? Because it's very obvious you have your purpose.
Listen, my family grew up in the world of artwork, but whether I'm selling toothpicks or boats or yachts or canoes, I would just sell lots more of them. You know, if I drove my car into a gas station a few years ago and a guy goes, oh my gosh, I could never have a Lamborghini. I said, wait, what? Why? I said, if you say that, it's true.
Yeah.
If you say you can, it's right. If you say it's so say it. I'm going to get a Lamborghini. He said, what? He goes, I said, say you're going to get a Lamborghini. I'm going to get a Lamborghini. He said, say it again. I'm going to get. I said, you know what? If you want one bad enough, you'll get one. So don't ever. You're putting the nails in the coffin when you say you can't.
Yeah.
If you say you can't, you're right. If you say you can, the second you say it, it becomes real. Write it down. It becomes real. It turns into physical reality.
Yeah, which is like the next question. Like, how do you take action? And so you said it, you put it on paper, you have your roadmap, and then you take that action.
You have to. I wake up in the morning. Well, first of all, your brain never shuts off. I mean, when you're sleeping, you're processing. Ask yourself a question. Most of my answers to my questions come when I wake up because your subconscious is processing those questions. And this is just a roadmap of human behavior. But at the end of the day, listen, I didn't know I was going to be in the art world. I know what I like. I love artwork because it's creative. It's energy, it's communication. It makes you feel good. People love artwork because it makes them feel good. I was at a show and a guy rolled up in his wheelchair and says, wow, look at that 10-foot Ferrari horse. and he goes, how much is it? I said, well, it's $250,000. And he says, okay, I'll take it. His wife says, are you out of your mind? He goes, no, it makes me feel good. And that's the right answer. I mean, at the end of the day, but listen, I didn't know I was going to be in the art business, but I got good at it. I understood it, and I could express myself through it. And when I wasn't really selling, I was just explaining what it was. I was telling the story, and that's what was magnetized. People really saw that enthusiasm, and it was contagious. And then it grew, and it just kind of expanded from there. But again, I've built many businesses. Some were amazingly successful, and some were disasters. But you don't just stop at the disaster. And look, if you're in a house and it's burning down, you go to the front door and you burn your hand, and you're just going to sit there and because the door won't open, you're going to die? Or are you going to kick out a window and jump out?
Let's go.
Most people will just sit there and die. I don't do that. I kick through doors or walk through sheetrock. There's no difference in business. If you hit a failure, it's like, oh, I'm going to quit. It didn't work out. Are you crazy? That's why less than 1% of our country has any money, because the other 90% they're just sheep. They fall off of cliffs. They'll fall off a cliff. It's crazy. I don't understand it.
So what would be your number one advice or simplest advice to people who are maybe in that position and want to change their life and move from that position to the
set a goal? Write down your goals. What do you want?
That's your number one.
Write it down. What do you want? You want to lose weight? You want to make money? You want to make $1 million? What you want to build a business? You want to have a brand new coffee company? Whatever it is, write it down, and then you work it backwards. Okay, so I want to build a coffee shop. I want 10. Start with one store and work the math backwards. Figure out how to raise the money, build your coffee shop up. Listen, you have to write it down. You have to set a goal. You have to set your list. You know, I used to write down a list of goals of and it wasn't January 1, it was just whenever. I said, wow, I want to do this, I want to lose weight, I want to get in shape, I want to build a new house, I want to buy property. I had a whole list of stuff. And they were pretty lofty goals. They were really beyond my capacity. I found that sheet a couple years later, and not only did I hit every single thing on there, and you wouldn't believe the things I had listed, I did it because I put them on my steering wheel in my bathroom window. There were reminders. You got to stay. It's got to be in your conscious.
Remind yourself every moment, every single moment.
Listen, whatever it is that you want to do, you have to write it down. When the second you do it, becomes real, and do it within your means. But just take action. Wake up and figure out how to do it every single day. There is no such thing. Failure is not an option. So, and if you set your goals high enough and you only hit half of them, think about it. Half of your goals are beyond what most people could even do in a lifetime. Yeah, it's mind-boggling.
They don't even set their goals. They just live day by day miserable
That's
lives.
Existing. That's not fun.
And it's boring.
It's not. You can't just exist.
People are sad. People are depressed. There's no, you go out there in the world, there's no good energy, good, find people like you, and I've known you for a long time, and I've seen what you did in such a short period of time. It's just that inspires me, that motivates me. That's how did Mark do it and I can't do it? There's no way. I'm going to break that wall. I'm going to jump over it. I'm going to figure a way out. And what moves you? What drives you?
You know, I mean, it's called proximity. It's if you want to be a good skier, hang out with people that are the best skiers in the world. If you want, listen, eagles soar with eagles. You know, the eagles don't soar with roosters or chickens. They soar with eagles. It's true. You know, if you want to be a developer, then talk to some of the biggest developers in the world. Yeah. Go to lunch with them.
Yeah.
You have to anchor yourself with people that have already made that success. And that rubs off, I'm telling you.
It does.
And you know, when I was growing up, I always was like hung out with people that were successful. I wanted to learn, and they taught me. It just flowed freely. It was nice. And I'm talking about becoming a race car driver. If you want to be a good driver, hang out with race car drivers.
Yeah.
And they'll willingly and freely help you because they see themselves in you. It's amazing. And there's a world of people out there. You have to take action and seek out that help. But by hanging out or associating yourself with people that are already successful where you want to be is the greatest trade skill set you're ever going to learn in your entire life.
Show me your friends, they'll show you your future.
Truer words have never been said.
Show
me your friends, I'll show you your future. That is a true story. That is true.
Yeah.